Hey everybody, Vala and Old Man back here again as promised to take you and show you the next leg of our empire building efforts in ARK. What do you say? You ready to go?
Ready to go. Let's take the bug. Come on. So we're leaving the castle and we're headed down to the beach. And as you can see, the views are just spectacular from here. And off to the left, I don't know if you can look that way, old man, but there's our volcano island. And there's a lot of great resources over there. And there's an obelisk off to the right, but just the forestry land is just gorgeous. And we absolutely love being here. So we get the beautiful landscaping of forest environment, and we get, as you will soon see, oh, I just heard an origin spawning.
That's down there messing with the Brontos by the shield wall.
Oh yeah, spices all upset. But here we go, and you can see our second area of our compound, which is the boathouse.
Yeah, there's a reason we call it the boathouse, and we'll do a flyover and I'll show you. It's pretty cool. And in the center of it is that building, and that is a prefab from or Echo. Sorry, I got to figure out how they like to say their name. But the beauty of that is I didn't have to build that building, and you'll see the interior in a few seconds. And this is one of our mods that allows us to have big giant sailing vessels, and you build off them to put platform and storage. But that also acts as a platform for our flyers to land on, so that we can bring some air support with us when we travel. And we have built a dock over here for our other boats. So boathouse seemed to be an appropriate thing to call it, I guess. And what do you think about this place?
I love this place, and everyone will know why once we start the tour.
Yeah, you can kind of see somebody has got the farm of her dreams running here, running fields of crops. And yeah, it's become quite a place to hang out, as Vala said in the beginning. So I'm going to put down right here.
Perfect. Here we are. I don't even know where to start. Let's start on the harbor side. Show them the entry to the house. So the prefab house was called the boathouse, right?
That's right.
So it has this entryway from the water, and there's two ways to enter, as you can see. We come up the stairs, and just remember this was all pre-built. So
Yeah, all the decorations we put on the pre-built rooms themselves are empty inside, and you have to decorate it.
right. So we have a long table here. We have two long tables with our throne chairs. Make it a little medieval for us. A little change of pace. And in this room is our bedroom. And the interesting thing is, off of it, there are four little cubby holes that we use for different things. So we have, again, my bath, which I love, very important to me. We have a sink for water, a mirror, because you gotta gotta have a mirror. And then on this side, of course, we have the fireplace to keep us warm. And in here, what is in here, honey? Are those closets?
Storage.
Storage. He put those up. I hadn't seen them before. And this is my favorite, the commode. And right next to the commode is a topiary of old man's favorite dino, which is the dodo. And I'm being sarcastic. He hates the dodo. And that all comes from I started breeding dodos on the island base. And I must have had 20 or 30 of them. And they just squawk and squawk and squawk, and it was driving him crazy. So we got rid of the dodos, and so now the only dodos allowed on the property are topiary dodos. So I have to have one at least in there for him. But yeah, and then on the other side is another suite of rooms, much like our bedroom, but we have a fireplace in here. And we have our incinerator and teleporter. And we have yet to find uses for the other ones, but we will or we won't. I'm not quite sure. But we've been able to put up shields you can see above the bed. Oh, I keep forgetting I'm not on film. But you can see above the bed. I found that shield. I thought it was very cool. So this is our prefab house, which is fantastic because old man doesn't have to spend all of his time building.
And this also comes with a loft. So you have to put the ladder on it, a rope ladder, and then you can go upstairs.
Oh, I didn't know that. Cool.
And it's just kind of a, an additional place. I guess you could put storage up here, or some people might put a bed up here. I don't know, but we haven't used it for anything yet. But it's an interesting amount of space.
Oh, wow, it is. Yeah, I like that. That's very cool.
And I put up a sign here, and it says, because the text may be hard to read, "May the gods smile on all who dwell here."
That's very nice, man. So he does decorating too. I think it's mostly because frustrated because I don't get mine done fast enough.
That's because she's too busy planting. You'll see what I mean in a few minutes.
But here's the SS Allison. You saw that in Flyby that we did earlier. But she's magnificent vessel. We do have a shield around her.
That's only when she's setting sail, but you'll see her in action because we might take her over to show you the next base, but I don't know. We haven't made a full decision on that yet. It's a long sail.
But I need to point out that old man always places a seat for me so that I can sit up in the front and look at the scenery as he's navigating the ship. But this is what do you call it? Where you navigate? Where the steering?
The wheelhouse, the helm.
Alright, so this is the helm area. And that's where old man does his stuff while I sit in the chair and watch. I watch for rocks and stuff and make sure. Oh, and there's a bed in here in the back area, just in case we need a place to spawn to. In case we lose the ship or something and we have to spawn out, then we can spawn back in. If an emergency arises, one of us has to leave the ship.
And this boat also has a teleporter on it because one of the things that we had happened to us when we first put this ship into play back on the island map, due to some spawning issue when the server reloaded, the ship disappeared from where we had it moored. and we thought we lost it or it had been destroyed. And then, like, it was 2 weeks later, just by happenstance, I was using the personal teleporter, and the name of the ship came up in the list, and I was stunned, and I pressed the button, and lo and behold, found this ship on the other side of the world from where we were. It was crazy, but so that's why we keep teleporters on them. All right, cool beans.
All right, shall we check out the front of the house?
Let's do it.
We gotta get off the ship. There we go. Oh, actually, you know what? You want to show them the docks first?
Yeah, we could do that.
On video. So here is, what is this one called? A Viking boat.
Yeah, my HUD's not on. I think I gave it a name.
Yes, he called it Glacier Bay.
Yeah, the Glacier Bay.
And this is the one I take out because it's fast and it's easy to maneuver, and it is called Meals on Keels, which I thought was very clever.
Yeah, I just kind of think if you're out in something like that with the stuff that's in this ocean, you're just a meal waiting to happen for some creature, but that's okay.
And then over on this side is my canoe that I take to go out fishing. And old man has put a very fancy Viking skin on it so that it all fits with the whole medieval look, which is wonderful. So that is the back dock, and I would be amiss if I did not introduce you to Miss Tingles.
Yeah.
Miss Tingles.
Yeah, she's brand new. We just got her yesterday.
Fabled Mega Shalon. And she is just huge. She has 4 eyes. And we found her coming out of an area that is part of our next base that we're gonna show you. And we're like, what is that? So we decided we had to have her.
Honey, she's up here growing mushrooms and flowers on her back.
What?
Yep. They're all over her shell.
You gotta be kidding me.
I'm not joking. But let's not make this a video about her. We have a lot of things to show people.
That's funny, yes. So let's get off her and come down to the back. And yes, my love is gardening. So we have coffee beans over here, which, you know, gotta have your coffee. So this not only produces ground coffee, but it also produces coffee itself that you can just bring with you, and it gives you a boost. This is wheat, from which I make flour. And then the next one is onions. And I tried to manage to have rows in between so that I could walk back and forth. And my favorite, garlic. And that looks really cool. And over here is sugar cane. I have 2 sugar canes fields because we need a lot of sugar to make a lot of the stuff that I cook. And on this side, we have strawberries and raspberries, and then all my herbs are over here, growing in, thyme, oregano, cilantro. I have cactus, because that produces something that you can eat or consume that replenishes your thirst, believe it or not. And all of these crops are used in here in my kitchen area, where I have the oven. Over here is the fridge for those perishables. My favorite, of course, is the wine press, which is beautiful, and I make wine from the berries. And over here is my olive oil press, where I can make either fish oil or olive oil. And a grinder, where I grind the wheat into flour, and sugar into refined sugar. And one more crop area, which I'll just take you over very quickly, but you know, in Italy you have olive orchards, so I had to have an orchard for my olives. So here are I have 6 olive trees, and they all produce olives, and from which I make olive oil, and also include recipes. Now, of course, there's a lot of work going on around here, so one of the most important things that we need to have is, if you come up here, we've created a veranda, and on this veranda we have a keg for beer. We have a place for wine bottles, 2 kegs of beer actually, a nice sofa where we can sit and relax and have a glass of wine, and I have a pet bird. Haven't named him yet. But it's well lit, it's covered, so that we can sit out here even if it rains. And of course, up, because gotta have a jacuzzi. And then we let some of our animals stay out here. Oh, and old man found this awesome rug that is the map. And it looks like it's Fjordur. Yes, it is. So that lends itself very well to the motif. And here I have a very exotic plant that creates bombs that you can put in your inventory and just throw them if you have run out of ammo, or you know, you're kind of stuck in terms of self-defense. You can use that. And here is my farm stand, where I can sell all the items that I'm growing if we decide to go there. And of course, a compound of ours would not be complete without the, what do you call this?
Stargate.
The Stargate. Sorry.
Yeah, and the view from here, right by the dial home device, or the DHD, is the castle up there on that hill.
Yeah. See it right up on the hill? So this was our second part, adventure, into to add to our compound. And they both serve completely different purposes. So I think it's well use of the time and the space it took to build. And up here we have a resting area. This is where we dine. We have a wine glass and settings here, and a nice little swing you can sit on. And after your meal, kind of, you know, juggle up that belly a little bit. Right, Ian?
How to do it.
Yep. So this is our boathouse section. Boathouse base, I guess.
Well, it started as a boathouse and turned into a marina trading port, you know, with complete with its own self-sustaining farm.
Yep.
You know, market stations. It's a fun place to be. All our bases are fun for some reason to us, and that's what's most important.
Right. Right. So I think that covers everything. We have an outdoor cooking area too, where we like to cook up the fish that I catch. And and a well water where we can get our water. So yeah, I think it combines a different set of activities all in one. And we can always take off on the boat and go different places. I actually like to take my little dinghy, as Jerry calls it, and go across the way to the volcano island and pick up bones and stuff. I get raw salt from bones. So it's resource rich around here, which is another reason it makes it ideal. And yeah, and there's even 2 islands right across the way that has a good supply of really unique dinos. So I like to just go over there sometimes and see what's spawned. See if something catches my interest. But yeah, this is a great base. Great area. I love being down here. It's very peaceful. And yeah, if Jerry can't find me in the upper base, he knows I'm down here tending my crops and cooking good food.
Oh.
So yeah, I'm pretty much done with my tour. I hope you guys like it. It was a lot of work getting everything set up, but now it's fully functional and gives me great pleasure, and we can always take off from here with one of our animals on land and go exploring as well as sea and sky.
All right. Well, folks, that's a wrap on this particular build. And
Oh, but you guys, you have to see the next one. I'm sorry, it is amazing. And that's all I'm gonna say. That's what we call the, what? Tickler?
teaser.
Teaser.
Sorry, folks. We'll get her there someday. She'll get all this jargon.
That's the teaser for the next video. Oh my gosh, it's one of a kind. Can't wait for you guys to see it.
All right. Good job, honey. And we'll see you all in the next video. And until then, stay safe out there, folks.
Ciao.